here in Austin, Texas at Women's College Centex 2012. This coverage is brought to you as part of the Sky 2012 College Tour, presented by Spin Ultimate. I'm Maya Zib. I'm joined by Adam Lerman and Jeni Arbuckle. We've been watching the action all weekend, and we're going to recap a little bit of the highlights for you now. So Adam, what were some of the most exciting games we saw earlier today, quarters, and maybe the first round of play?
I think one of the best games we saw was the the quarterfinal game between Cal and UCLA. This is a game Cal came in having won their pool, having looked really strong yesterday, and UCLA got a couple breaks early and ended up hanging on at the end of the game, winning on universe points. And they had a huge game from Sabrina Fogg, who was just playing out of her mind all weekend. It was just, her hucks were just putting it on the money, putting it so the receiver basically didn't even have to do work a lot of the time. And when her hucks were working, UCLA's offense was pretty unstoppable.
Yeah, she and Kelly Weiss definitely have a great connection there. It's really exciting to watch them play together. So UCLA wins against Cal 11-10, I believe, and then they go into the semis against Santa Barbara. What happened there?
Well, Santa Barbara did a much better job of clamping down on defense, and really Alicia Thompson marked up on Sabrina Fogg quite a lot, and it really gave her trouble, wasn't letting her throw uncontested hucks. And Santa Barbara just played really patient all weekend. They were always looking to come and swing and weren't ever forcing anything. And they ended up, their patience just won out. They were able to stick it into the end zone when they had this, when they were in the red zone a long time, and ended up going away and won
So on the other semis game, we saw Michigan and Iowa State. Both of these teams played phenomenally. We saw a few different defenses from Michigan, some man, some zone. Iowa State just seemed to dominate on offense, though. They seemed to shred every mark. Sarah Pesh had some great plays, along with Becca Miller, Megan Liu. All these girls just played fantastic. Their handler core is really solid, and they were just able to really work around Michigan's defenses. Now on the flip side, we saw some of sort of a poachy zone from Iowa State. And Michigan was able to really find holes there, but I think it was a little too late for Michigan. Iowa State ended up winning there. Now the three of us were keeping an eye on the finals game. Jeni, what are your main takeaways there?
Iowa State dominated the whole game, playing super chill offense, taking what the defenders were giving them. They were making deep cuts on running skirts all day long, scoring super quickly, fast conversions on turnovers. It was really great to watch. And their defense was amazing. Their breaks looked great. I saw hardly any breaks coming out of Santa Barbara on those marks, and their defense was pretty unstoppable. Unfortunately, Santa Barbara couldn't figure out how to keep that zone until it was too late. But we'll see if they have learned something and use it against them in advance.
Definitely, it's a really big achievement for Santa Barbara to be in second place here. I mean, they haven't been playing so well as we initially expected all season, and this tournament they really showed us why they deserve to be at the top of the Southwest. Adam, were there any more takeaways that you got from that game? How about Santa Barbara's offense? Anything there?
I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens to Santa Barbara when they get Stephanie Karma back. She's one of their main handlers, and this whole weekend it looked like they were mostly playing with Marie Harris behind the disc. She's just such a great athlete, such a great big threat downfield. It's going to be interesting to see if Karma is back and healthy for regionals and nationals, how that's going to affect the way they look. For Iowa State, we didn't see many other teams playing anything like the jump. They're playing a 2-3-2 jump. And it's going to be interesting to see if Santa Barbara and the other teams that played Iowa State this weekend can go back to the drawing board and figure out a way to break through that zone next time they play soccer.
Speaking about junk zone, we didn't see Washington, Oregon, or Sonoma State here, and those are three teams that we've been really keeping an eye on, sort of the top of the pack. I know I'm really looking forward to hopefully a national seeing those kinds of matchups. Adam, what are your picks there? Who do you think is going to come out on top? Let's say Iowa State and Oregon both have sort of complex junk zones. Who do you think is going to win there?
I think it's going to be really interesting because Iowa State and Oregon, if you play that defense, you practice against that defense as well. So I think both those teams are going to be able to exploit the holes and find the holes in the opposition there. I think we're looking at those two teams along with Washington and Sonoma probably as your top four, with UNC not having as good a result this weekend as they would hope. But I guess we're going to come and see how it will play out with the regional
UNC actually went down early this weekend, early on Sunday to Virginia. It's the first time they've lost to Virginia in the spring season since 2006. I believe Lindsay Lang was actually out. She was pretty sick this morning. Losing Lang is a big deal for UNC, and it's a little disappointing. I'd like to think they were a little deeper than that, but we'll see when Lang is fully healthy how they come back. UNC is still one of my top picks, I think. But talking about the North Central, Jeni, so tell us about Iowa. I mean, what happened in their game there?
I'm not sure. I was expecting them to upset Michigan. They were pretty confident. I was talking to them yesterday that they could take that game, and I'm not really sure what happened. I know there was a hard cap issue, and the game stopped early when it really shouldn't have. But I mean, I think we'll definitely see them in nationals. Mike Lund's been coaching that team very successfully past few years, and they're just, I mean, this isn't giving them fuel for the fire, and I'm sure we'll see them playing pretty hard over the next few weeks in preparation for regionals, and I'm sure they're going to win the nationals.
Great, so we saw a lot of really competitive play here. Women's Centex is one of the most competitive women's tournaments of the season. Congratulations to Iowa State and our Spin MVP Red Jersey winner, Megan Liu. I'm Maya Ziv here with Adam Lerman and Jeni Arbuckle. This is our recap of Women's Centex 2012, part of the Sky Magazine 2012 College Tour presented by Spin Ultimate. See you guys next time.